Hello everybody, this is Jaydenshaunts, and today we have to unbox and set up, courtesy of my friends over at the Haunted Hill Farm, is the new for 2025 groundbreaking jack by Tekky. I want to give a huge shout out to my friends over at the Haunted Hill Farm for sending me this animatronic to unbox and review for everybody. We're going to hope he's okay, because this box has definitely gotten wet before. Seeing how this top of the box is all bubbled and ripped apart, but hopefully we won't have any issues. So when you first open the box, his head, wow, his head's big. Okay, I didn't think his head was going to be that big. This is what it looks like inside of the box here. And this one luckily doesn't appear to seem like anything is actually tied. There's just an empty spacer box. This appears to be, oh my gosh. Okay, so there's a bunch of pulls in there. And then this is the mechanism, which looks pretty much like Darling Dolly. In a way, this looks like Darling Dolly and the Balloon Dog Clown, which I wasn't expecting. That's actually pretty neat. So there's that there. I'm gonna set that to the side. Right there. Here is the baggie with his legs, hands. Here is his head, which his head is heavy. Wow. Okay, I'm not looking at his head just yet. I'm going to try to untie this bag. And here is his absolutely massive head. I didn't expect it to be so large. But there he is. He looks really, really cool. And this is one that I do think these stringy things actually make sense for. Those look really cool on him. He's got an IR sensor in his nose. His sculpt is really, really, really cool. I'm really, really excited for him. Set that off to the side. And it looks like, what is in here? There's something in here. His control box. His control box is in there. It's just an empty piece of cardboard. And this looks like clothes and the base. And then over here you have his adapter and a whole bunch of cotter pins and washers and nuts. So we're gonna get everything laid out, make sure I have everything, make sure you have everything, and we'll get to his setup. Here is everything that the groundbreaking jack comes with. You have his mech, the base, his two hands with arms connected left and right, various structural pieces labeled, his clothing, his adapter, a baggie with some cotter pins, washers, and pins, and his head. Let's get to a setup. Your first step is going to be snap locking your pole with the control box into the back of the base, matching A to A, and then locate your corresponding square tubed pole and snap lock that into the base, matching B to B. Now we're going to snap lock on our mechanism to the top of the frame, matching C to C and D to D. After attaching the mechanism, go ahead and locate the spring that is pre-attached to the side here, pull it forward and attach it to the front of the mechanism over here, like so. Now we're going to get to assembling his head. To assemble your groundbreaking jack's head, you're going to grab your two cotter pins, ensuring that when you have the head of the cotter pin over here, you have a washer right there, a washer right here in between the poles, and then your actual cotter clip at the very end. And when doing so, ensure you secure E to E and F to F. Now we're going to snap lock on his head, matching G to G. After attaching his head, this would be a great time to go ahead and connect all of the corresponding wires, matching O to O, P to P, N to N, and Q to Q. Now we are going to locate our black cloth and unvelcro it and put that on over our current assembly. After attaching a black cloth, go ahead and attach both of his arms on the corresponding sides, ensuring you match those correct letters and you have the hands facing the correct way. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the poles on the sides of the base, ensuring we match their corresponding letters. After you attach both of the poles at the base, matching L to L, J to J, and M to M, and K to K, now you're going to go ahead and locate your cloth, green cloth with the creepy cloth, open the Velcro, and throw that on over your finished structurally assembled prop. Now let's take a look at his control box. Groundbreaking Jack here has 3 ways you can trigger him. 1, in the on position, he will work with both the IR sensor that is in his nose, that works in both the light and the dark when it senses body heat, or the built-in sound sensor that is in the control box. You can use him in human only, where he will only work off of that IR sensor sensing body heat, or you can flip him to off and use him with the foot pad, charming button, or any of your external triggers. He also has the option to work on 4 AA batteries or the included 6-volt 2-amp adapter, which I will be using. And if you do want to make this animatronic louder for whatever reason, he also does have the option to hook up your own speakers to him. He's also got built-in volume control. I'm going to turn it up about maybe a third of the way from down, turn him on, and we're going to get to the demo. Here he is, all plugged up and ready to go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the new for 2025 Groundbreaking Jack from the Haunted Hill Farm by Tekky. I want to send a huge thank you over to my friends over at the Haunted Hill Farm for sending me this animatronic to unbox and review for you guys. This animatronic, I'm really excited to get going in my harvest area this year. Online, he looks kind of small, but he is very wide. I want to say he is probably about maybe 6.5 feet wide, and then roughly about 4.5 feet tall. He's a fairly large prop. I love the addition of the strings in the mouth. This is one of the props that I do think it is very, very fitting to have these strings in the mouth. And I love the way the jaw kind of unhinges as he slowly leans forward towards you. Another thing that I really love is the way his head is angled. When he leans forward, he is like looking up at you, like he's getting ready to bite your legs, which I think is so cool. His audio is another highlight. I really love the deep growling and like swallowing that you hear on this animatronic. It just makes it sound so underworldly, just so unnerving and different. And the quality of this guy is also pretty dang great. His head is a heavy blow molded plastic. He's got that awesome IR sensor in there. The paint detailing on him is phenomenal. His poles are all square tubed metal, and he's also got those cotter pins, which are also very nice quality. His base is nice. His base also has these rings on him if you want to stake him down outdoors. He's got volume control as that's standard for Tekky now, and then he's also got all of the capabilities for charming button, step pad, and the external speaker. It's just overall a very cool animatronic. But one thing I will say is that I do wish the arms were a little bit better. They kind of just weirdly look like a last-minute addition. My audio unfortunately cut out, but anyway, the legs unfortunately just kind of look like a last-minute addition. There's not really any detail to them. It's just some black tubes with some foam inside of them and some metal armature. What I plan to do is to add some fake vines, some fake leaves, and I also have this stuff called permapulp from the same people that make permablood. It's an orange version of it that also has pumpkin seeds mixed into it. I'm gonna wrap some of that up in some creepy cloth and drape that all around him, and maybe have some dripping from his mouth as I do think that would significantly improve this animatronic's appearance and make him look a little bit better. Another awesome thing about this prop is that it does fit in a pretty nice sized box for storage. It is not overly big, it is not overly small, it is still a decent size, but it's not like overly gargantuan like some other groundbreaker animatronics to where it's like a complete nightmare to store. This is a very nice and reasonably sized box for this animatronic, and I think if you are interested in him, I highly recommend him. He is great quality, and with a little tweaks to his arms, I think he could be a perfect groundbreaker for a Halloween display. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of the new groundbreaking Jack from the Haunted Hill Farm and Tekky Toys, if you agree with me or disagree with anything I had to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe.